Hey guys, welcome to Pregnancy and Postpartum TV. Today we're doing a feel-good and energizing pregnancy yoga class. It's specifically designed for second trimester, however, it is safe for all trimesters. You don't need any equipment, however, we will do a couple of poses on our knees. So if you have a mat, it's helpful for under your knees, or if you wanted to grab a blanket or a pillow to protect your knee as well. I will keep making pregnancy yoga and workouts every week. If you like videos like these, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let's start by coming up to a standing position. Coming up however feels comfortable for you. You can either bring your big toe mounds together, or if it's more comfortable, you can have your feet hip width distance apart. We'll bring the hands up to heart center, pressing your palms lightly together. Let's take a big inhale and exhale. Letting go of the rest of your day. We'll bring our arms up, inhale, looking up at your thumbs. Exhale, bringing your hands back to heart center. Let's do that one more time. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale, hands up. Looking up. This time we're going to keep our hands together. Slight micro bend in our knees. Fold forward with a lengthened spine and release down towards the ground. We can take our hands and place them in our hip crease and lengthen forward so the top of your head is reaching towards the wall in front of you. Exhale, folding forward, relaxing at the bottom. Take a breath here. Good. Let's plant our hands on the ground and step back to all fours. Once we have our position here with shoulders over wrists and hips over knees, let's mobilize our spine, pressing into cat and cow, rounding out our back. Inhale, arching, looking up. Moving back and forth with your breath. And one more here. Good. Coming back to a neutral spine. Tucking your toes. Let's press into downward dog. If your wrists are bothering, you can also be down on your elbows. Or alternatively, you can bend over and grab onto the back of a chair. Feel free to take any movement in this downward dog. It feels good. Pedaling out your heels. Shifting your hips back and forth. Steady breath. From here, we can shift our weight forward into our hands and take tiny steps all the way forward. Hanging your head once you get into your forward fold, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Beautiful. Bringing the hands up again. Inhale. This time let's sit back into chair. Weight is evenly distributed between the four corners of your foot. Gazing up between your hands. Good. Bringing your hands to heart center. Folding forward. Releasing at the bottom. Taking your hands into your hip creases again. And lengthening your spine forward. Releasing your chest down towards the ground, we can step back to all fours. This time we'll take some feel-good hip circles. However big feels good for you. Let's switch directions. Good. From here, let's walk our hands in and we'll come up onto our knees. This is where if you have a pillow or a blanket for underneath your knee, you can grab that. And then we're going to step one foot out and come into a low lunge, shifting your hips forward. Let's first start taking our hands up. Inhale. Another breath here. Good. You can either stay here, or if you wanted, you can bring your hands back behind you and either clasp your elbows or clasp your fingertips, and then pulling your hands away, stretch through your chest and your shoulders. One more breath here. Good. Pressing into your front foot, we'll shift our weight back. You can release your hands and let's take a stretch forward. You can place your hands on your hips, or you can place them on your leg or reach towards the ground. If you have blocks, you could also use blocks. Release forward. Let's flex our front foot. And release. Good. Coming up again. We'll switch to the other side. Tapping the other foot forward. And moving into your lunge, making sure your knee isn't going past your ankle. Inhale your arms up. Pressing into your front foot and your knee so you're not dumping in your joints. You can keep your hands high or clasp them behind you. One more big breath here. Good. Releasing your hands, we'll shift our weight back and we can stretch out over our front leg. Flexing your front foot. Good. Releasing it down, coming up, and tapping your foot back. Turning to the front, you can mirror me and bring your left leg out to the side. We'll bring it slightly forward and turn our leg out. We're going to do some lunges, which is great for birth preparation and getting a baby in an optimal fetal position. And place your hands on your hip here, and then we'll lunge forward and back, moving with your breath. Good. Last one. We'll hold here. Beautiful. Come on up. Now bring your leg back in line with your body. We're going to do a modified half moon. So you can place your palm on the ground and we'll bring our leg up, flexing our foot so that energy is shooting out of our heel. We can bring our hand up. We'll take 5 breaths here. If it feels Good, you can look up at your hand or you can look forward or down at the ground. Steady breaths, breathing into your side and back ribs as well. Last breath here. Good. Releasing your leg down to the ground. Let's turn it out and we'll take some big arm circles here. So circling around, stretching out, making room for baby in your ribs. One more circle. Good. Let's come on up and we can switch to the other side. I'm going to move my blanket a little bit. Bring your other leg out and slightly forward. We can lunge on this side now. Hips are facing towards the front of the room. Last one, holding here. Good. Coming up. Bringing your foot back in line with your body, we'll move into half move, reaching down to the ground, flexing your top foot, reaching up. Steady breath. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release down. Turning your top leg up and flexed. Arm circles. Good. And now we can come back to all fours here. We'll move into bird dog. So engaging your core, pulling your baby into your spine, lifting opposite foot and arm. Gaze is down at your mat in front of your nose. Knee and toe is pointing down towards the mat. One more breath. Lift slightly, release down. Moving to the other side. Exhale, pulling in your baby. Fingertips and heel reaching in opposite directions. One more breath. Slight lift and reach a little bit more. Release down. Good. Tuck your toes, pressing into downward dog. Just taking one breath here, spreading your fingers and toes, looking up between your hands, shifting your weight forward, and tiny steps all the way to the top of the mat, and rolling up one vertebra at a time, massaging through your spine. hands to heart center. Good. Let's step back for triangle or Trikonasana. Back foot is about 30-degree angle. Inhale, arms out, reaching towards the side of the room. Let your top hand fall in front of your front leg, reaching up with the other arm. Shoulders are stacked over your front leg. Spreading your toes. Legs are strong and activated. One more breath here. Good. Inhale, coming up. Let's turn our hips to the side for pyramid. And keep your hands on your hips. And look up, lifting through your chest. And fold forward. Keeping length in your spine. One more breath here. And if it feels good to you, you can release all the way forward before coming up. You can step to the top of the mat. I'm going to come to the middle here. We can move into dancer's pose here, shifting your weight to one foot, grabbing your other ankle. And we can either stay here in a quad stretch, or if it feels good, you can place one hand up toward the top corner of the room and then pressing your foot or your ankle into your hand. You can tip forward, keeping your ribs in place, keeping your belly pulled in so your belly's not stretched or flopping out. Find a steady point to gaze at. Beautiful. Releasing out. Good. Shake it out. And we'll move into triangle or Trikonasana on the other side. Hands out. And reaching towards the side of the room. Dropping your hand in front of your leg. And setting up in Trikonasana. On your next inhale, come on up. Twist your hips now towards the side of the room and place your hands on your hips. Lean forward for pyramid pose. Activating your legs, activating your inner thighs. Gaze is at your big toe. Releasing forward before coming all the way up. Moving into dancer's pose. Finding your balance on your other foot now. Grabbing your other ankle. And moving into your version of dancer's pose. One more breath. Slowly release out. We can come to the front now, bring our feet wide apart. We'll move into goddess pose. Inhale up. Sinking down, legs are strong. coming back up again. We'll do 10 of these. Moving with your breath. Last one, hold here, knees are pressing towards the back of the room, spread your toes, engage your legs as if your feet are pulling in towards each other. Good, inhale up, exhale, hands back down. We can step our feet in. We're going to move into Yogi Squat, so try to picture where you want your feet to end up a little bit wider than hip distance apart. You can also do this against a wall, but we are going to lower down. We can bring our hands to Namaste and lower right down to Yogi Squat. It's okay if your heels pop off. You can roll up your mat and place them under your heels. You could also sit on blocks or a stool if that's more comfortable. Lifting your chest, pressing your elbows into your knees. Let's take a few breaths here. This is great for labor preparation. To move out of the pose, you can either stand up or shift your weight forward and make your way to a seated position. We're going to do a figure 4 stretch, or you could do pigeon if pigeon feels good and safe for you. But we will sit up, and then you can cross one foot over top of your knee, walk that foot in, sit up tall, and feel a nice stretch here. This is great for helping sciatica or preventing sciatica. Deep breath. With every exhale, relax a little bit more through your hips. You may be able to walk in your bottom foot a little bit to go a little bit deeper. Rock back and forth here a little bit, finding different areas of tightness in your hip. Good. Switching to the other side. Sitting tall, flexing your top foot. Walking your bottom foot in just a little bit, and then rocking back and forth. Walking out your bottom foot, slowly releasing. We'll move into Janu Sirsasana. So we want to keep our hips facing our front leg. We can tuck our other foot in. Inhale, your arms up, tilt your pelvis forward, keeping length in your spine, and then you can release your hands down to your leg or to your big toe, wherever feels comfortable for you. big inhale, finding length. And on the exhale, you can fold a little bit deeper. Taking one more breath here. Good. We can switch to the other side. Flexing your front foot, squaring your hips. Inhale up, reaching forward. One more big inhale in. Gently coming out of the pose. Let's bring both feet in for Badakanasana. Letting your knees flop out, sitting tall. Rolling your shoulders down your back. You can either stay here, or if it feels good, you can also tilt forward. Take one more deep breath here. Good. Coming up on an inhale, let's get down on our side. We're going to do bridge pose. So lowering yourself safely down and rolling over. We're not going to stay on our back here, so you don't have to worry about that. Bringing your heels in so that you can touch them. Rolling your shoulders underneath. We can press into our feet, lifting our hips up. You can either keep your hands here, or if it feels good to you, you can clasp them underneath you and then roll your shoulders under a little bit more, pressing into bridge pose. We'll take 5 breaths here. Slight lift in your chin. Good. Unrolling your shoulders if they're tucked underneath you. Rolling down one vertebra at a time. Let's bring our knees in for a little squeeze. You can rock on your hips back and forth. Then we'll roll over onto one side and set up for Shavasana. So if you wanted to grab a pillow or a blanket or bolster for under your head or between your knees, you can. Coming to a relaxed position wherever you are. You can place your hand on your belly. Send your baby some love. And then scan your body, relaxing your entire body. Starting with your feet, relaxing through your toes and your feet. Relaxing your calves and your knees, your thighs. Relaxing your glutes, your pelvic floor. Relaxing your belly. Relaxing your back, your chest, your arms, your fingers. Relaxing your shoulders, your neck, your head, your face. relaxing your tongue. Your teeth are slightly separated. And you're not controlling your breath, but just noticing how you breathe in and out. Your whole body feels heavy on the ground. Feel free to stay here and relax or rest, but if you're ready to finish up with me, you can start wiggling your fingers and toes. Stretch your toes and your fingers in opposite direction. Taking some deeper breaths into your body, and then pushing yourself back up to a seated position. Namaste to you, and namaste to the babies. Before we finish up, I'm going to read the pregnancy yoga card for the day. The card is, "My pregnant body is beautiful. I welcome the changes in my body." Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you're feeling good and energized after that pregnancy yoga class. I will keep making pregnancy yoga and workouts every week. If you like videos like these, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, and to support me, share this with another pregnant mom friend or pregnancy community that you think would enjoy it. I also have lots of free resources you can grab from the description box below. You can grab the pregnancy yoga card printables. You can also grab a pregnancy meal plan that I put together as a registered dietitian. I have a guide on how to reduce and cope with pain during labor, as well as a pelvic floor guide on how to prepare your pelvic floor for birth and the fastest recovery after. If you enjoyed that yoga class, I'm also going to link to my other yoga for second trimester, and I will link to the whole pregnancy yoga and workout playlist. You can save it and come back to the different yoga classes or workouts whenever you like.